never eaten so many cookies in my life as I have in the past 4 months. I'm just going to be totally honest. So here's the thing with that. Ideally, we're not eating refined carbs and refined sugar, processed flours, processed sugars. They do a number on our bodies. However, we've never been in a pandemic before. And even as a health and wellness expert with 2 published books, who am I to tell you to put the cookies down right now? I can't even put the cookies down right now. So I'm not about to be giving advice that I'm not following myself. But what I can tell you is, like most things in life, can you focus on the good? Can you focus on what you're eating most of the time?
So I got a black sandwich.
Perfect. Here's mine. Thank you so much.
Des courgettes, des brocolis, des haricots verts et une petite huile de poireau pour l'assaisonner, pour la condimenter. Après, en plat, vous avez la...
We're talking about healthy protein, healthy fat, tons of vegetables, even grains can be great if they work for you. Then if you're having some cookies in that day, it's not so big of a deal. I'm going to be totally honest again. I eat a whole sleeve of cookies. If I'm eating cookies, I'm eating cookies. And so I just have to trust with all the water I'm drinking and the movement that I'm committed to and the good thoughts I'm feeding myself with some other additional things in here. Obviously, it's not so simple that I can handle the cookies for now. When we go back into the full open world again, we'll see. Intermittent fasting is a great strategy for reducing inflammation in the body. And for those of you who don't know, that's typically a cycle of about 12 hours, sometimes less, sometimes more, between one meal and the next. This has been shown to reduce inflammation because it allows your system to reset. And it can often reset your metabolism. It can give your digestive system a break. So it is really a good strategy for a lot of people. However, if you come from an emotional eating background, and you're someone who's struggled with weight your whole life and really been something that you have to be on top of every day, then often the mental game that can be associated with intermittent fasting is not for everybody. And especially for women who are balancing their adrenals or hormones, so many other things that come into play, especially when we're speaking to women, that often having a protein and fat-based vegetables are always great too. Breakfast like eggs and spinach or smoothie is probably going to be a better bet than just trying to fast the full cycle. So what I recommend with that is you can always give something a try. First, check with your intuition.
Guess who this is?
It's me. You're putting a 30 spoon on me. Thank you.
When my client that went to 42 that delivered at the hospital, that was the hardest thing for her to get out.
Your whole house shouldn't be a school or work. Anchor it to a particular place. That way other people know, hey, when mom or dad are over there, they're working. Or young adult, they're working at school or they're in class. And those things help us avoid a lot of misunderstandings.
Spot 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Just type it to him. No 6 in there.
Use different note or drink.
268 level?
So sorry. You're thinking about Nick, aren't you?
In a normal working environment, we have lots of little breaks. It's that interpersonal connectedness, which is so hard to have when we're all remote. But likewise, our day should have breaks and get up and just move.
I was gonna go watch one of those MRAP videos. They're like 2 hours long.
And maybe even call a colleague or a friend, just to say hi and what are you doing and catch up, because that just, it allows our mind to shift out of work and then back into work, because that's naturally what happens in an office.
Mommy needs a minute, and be really clear. If you can go outside and just put your face in the sun for a minute, if you have access to grass, that can be extremely healing. Again, let it be simple. It doesn't need to be a 30-minute walk. That can be so idealistic and dreamy. And just taking that moment and believing that that can have a profound effect on you too, just like a 30-minute walk.
There's not a new normal. This is just our normal. It's shifted. Social distance, social distance, social distance, at least 6 feet. Wash your hands. Sanitize some surfaces around your home/office area. And if you've done all that, put on a mask. That's another little layer. And be really cautious about large groups. In your area, know what the risk is and how much it's sort of active, and be mindful of that.
En fait, il marche.
The most savage psychological symptom is isolation. So we have to start being around other people in thoughtful, creative ways that are also mindful of this virus. It's a mistake to think this isn't real, and it's a mistake to think this is Ebola. It's neither of those. We almost have to come back daily and anchor ourselves to, it's not that, it's not that. I want to be aware of it and thoughtful, but if I'm still worrying, I got to start eliminating some of that and figure out what's the source of that. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's our jobs that require us to stay kind of connected, but get connected and step away from it.